Alright guys, here we go again. It's roadmap random time, and well, it's the aftermath of the bomb that happened 2 weeks ago. I think that the dust has settled a little bit, and well, in this video we'll talk about well, the changes on the roadmap, positives and not so many negatives. So let's check it out right now. So first, let's talk about Salvage. It does look Salvage is well, getting not removed or delayed, but they're actively working on Salvage, and this is great. Still confirmed for Star Citizen at 3. Not confirmed but tentative for Star Citizen at 3.18, but they have a new name here now. It's called Salvage Hull Stripping, and that is because the first implementation of Salvage into the person's universe is going to include hull stripping as well as repair, manual repair. That's awesome. I think that this is a positive development that I was not expecting here. This would include both performing hull stripping and repairs by hand, so that means that even if you don't have a vulture, then you can still perform mining, just like you can do hand mining without necessarily having a prospector. Well, you're going to be able to also salvage by hand, probably using a salvage tool in the multi-tool as well. But if you have a vulture, then you'll also be able to perform the salvage functions, the salvage mechanics, thanks to the functions of the ship. So pretty awesome. Looks like this gameplay loop is going to be quite consistent. I'm liking the changes that we're seeing here. Also, let's have a look at 3.17 here, because 3.17, look at that. It looks like we have a couple of committed, well, the few items that were left are almost committed now, which includes the DNA head texture updates, something that we will be talking about in this episode of Inside Star Citizen tomorrow. So really looking forward to this one as well. Hopefully this is going to allow us to create characters that are going to be better looking and less generic. Locations, so obviously we've been seeing this one for quite a while as well. The Lorville Hospital is committed, as well as a new card here, which are the space station clinics variations here, additional modules to add variety to existing space clinics, and additional layouts so that every space station in Stanton will have unique layout when it comes to the clinics. Now, this may be seeming like roadmap padding, but I believe that this has a utility because they need to develop tools to include more variations. They're starting first with the space station clinics, but the processes that they're going to be doing for this is going to be useful, I believe, for the interior, the building interiors that we are going to have further down the line. So this may look like, you know, as stupid as the coffee vendor, but just like the coffee vendor is also here for several processes that will be used in the future, I think that the same goes here for the space station clinic. So that is the use here for those for that particular card. AI here, the coffee shop vendor that we just mentioned, has also been committed, as well as the mining gadgets. Ship-to-ship refueling, that is awesome. My friend Sigilian is going to be very happy, and this is going to make me happy. Selling items to shop is finally coming into 3.17. To me, this is extremely important because it's going to be allowing players who enjoy looting, using those loot boxes, taking stuff from station or from just your wrecks or NPCs that we kill, will be able to take them, build up huge inventories in our ship, bring them back to the station and make money. This is going to bring fantastic opportunities in the verse. I cannot wait for this. Unfortunately, the Scorpius is still tentative. I believe that the Scorpius will not come for 3.17, but instead a 3.17.1 patch that will coincide with the Fleet Week that's happening in May. There's always a sale happening there, so they're going to be keeping this one hot for that sale, I believe. But the Hull A is still tentative, but we've seen that they're doing quite some good progress with it. So I do believe that they're probably still doing some final passes on the Hull A before they are going to be releasing it in 3.17. That's why it is still in tentative. But at the same time, we've also been given a public roadmap companion. I don't know if you guys noticed. In case you don't know how to read the roadmap, well, it gives us some instructions here about what exactly what's upstream, downstream, the meaning of the progress tracker, which again, the progress tracker does not tell you when something is going to be delivered, but just when one team in particular is working on an item, which is why to me it's not a roadmap, it's just a planning, but they call it a roadmap. It's just marketing here. For me, the roadmap is the release view, and well, we'll be stuck for only the next patch starting from 3.18, so that's going to be their policy, like it or not. I think that, as I said before, it's not much of a choice because everything that's too far out always gets delayed and changes. There's always too many uncertainties. So it's a decision that makes sense to me, but I also would like to have a broader vision of the plans for Star Citizen. I know I'm repeating myself, I said that many times, but it is what it is. Now, next, on the progress tracker, they are going to be working on a couple of new things. Zone handling, which is some of their backend system here. Entity properties plugin, again, for their backend. Now, this is going to be interesting, more interesting here. Distortion propagation here is going to be making locations of impact much more important, as well as powered items closer to the impact that will going to begin to suffer more severely. So that's going to be fantastic to, for example, disable ships. They are going to have also a rope simulation, which is going to, I think, be wonderful for some of the derelicts. It's going to be allowing us to get access to some locations that would not be accessible before. Underground facilities are going to get some rework as well. They're going to add new underground facilities, traversable areas offering gameplay opportunities in corporate industrial environment. Does that mean that we are going to get underground facilities in ArcCorp? That would be great. That would be great because there's not much to do in ArcCorp right now. But if we have underground facilities there in some of the local factories with workers and terrorists or criminals taking over the factories, that's going to make ArcCorp more interesting. Satellites, points of interest, populate the game universe with explorable satellite locations that serve as point of interest for players. Please bring us more satellites. We only have a few. Obviously, we have the common rays, but we also have the Kovalix Gondo around Demar. We need more of these. There's also security post carrier on Celine, but none of the other moons around Hurston, Microtech, or ArcCorp have satellites, and it would be great to have more of those. Please, CIG, do that. Lorville Cityscape. This is also going to be worked on until the end of the year. Rework the Lorville skyline to better fit the scale of the city and its distinctive buildings. This deliverable has been added to the location concept art team's schedule. So it's just a concept art right now. We're still very far from seeing it make it into the game, unfortunately. But Lorville feels a little bit cramped, a little bit small compared to other cities. Plus, it would be great to have more different locations that we could go to for Lorville. Like, remember that roads are also being worked out by CIG right now, along with rivers and lava roads, which hopefully will be coming up this year with rivers and lava. I think we're also going to have an episode of Inside Star Citizen about this tech coming up in a couple of weeks, so more information coming soon on those. But it would be great to be using those roads to go from one area of Lorville to another for specific types of mission. That would be fantastic. Room depressurization here, creating the ability for players to increase or decrease the atmospheric pressure in a defined closed room. That would probably be in the ships as well. That's going to be providing with some additional wonderful gameplay too. Cave archetypes, expanding the experience of traversing caves by creating more variety and developing new challenges. Hopefully, this is going to be including the ice caves as well as some of the more mushroom caves, maybe, or sandy caves. But last but not least, guys, the Tumbril Ranger and the Apollo. Both of them are going to be under development. That is wonderful news. The Apollo, in case you didn't know, there it is. It is the medical ship from Robert Space Industries. And there's no reason why it's not in the game, We have the Cutlass Red. We have also the Karak with medical base. This is just probably like an improved version of the Cutlass Red. I think that I could be wrong, but I think that it includes a tier 2 bed versus the Cutlass Red, which only has a tier 3, which is like the worst one. But it's not going to be good at pretty much anything else. It's just going to be a bigger medical vehicle with more options for medical gameplay. But again, it's probably going to be featuring some drones in the future, but we don't have those right now. But at the same time, there's just no reason why not putting it in the game. So that's a good move, I think. We also have the Tumbril Ranger on the roadmap. Now, the Apollo Triage is going to be worked on until the end of this year, according to the planning. And according to the planning here, the Tumber Ranger is also going to be worked on until the end of this year. It doesn't mean that they're going to be released at the end of this year, it's just that they are being worked on. But at least it's great to see that they're going to try to bring in those vehicles into the game. And I really believe that this is going to be a wonderful vehicle that could accompany the release of roads in the verse. I would love to do road trips with those bicycles from one place to another, or missions from one, courier missions, bring a couple of boxes from one station to another by using roads, because roads could be the most convenient and comfortable way of traveling from one place to another on the planet. This would be absolutely fantastic. Road trips on roads, that also would be quite nice in Star Citizen 2. Please make it happen, CIG, and the Tumber Ranger is going to be a great vehicle for that. Anyway, that's all for this roadmap update. An interesting one this week, so I was glad to see that. But let me know in the comment section down below, what is the most exciting item that you saw on the roadmap? Was it maybe the Apollo and the Ranger, or perhaps that they're working on extending Lorville? I really like that too. Let me know in the comment section down below. Why would you like to send in a comment? That's because, of course, we have a giveaway, guys. We are giving away every month something. First, to you guys, the subscribers of the channel in public settings, we are giving away here up to $180 of prizes from Predator mounts. Look at these beautiful mounts here that you can climb on pretty much any surfaces of your desk. All you have to do is to answer the question I just asked and make sure that you're in public settings, and we'll send them to you if you have the winning comment. But if you want to help me out, go the extra mile. Look at that, a Crusader Genesis Starliner, thanks to Dr. Forbin. All you have to do is to maybe get to my Discord if you are a Patreon or a YouTube Join member. You should have access to my Discord channel. It really helps a lot. That's all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. It's the Eradicator. See you guys later.